So is AI actually one of the biggest hindrances in your spiritual path? There's a lot of people using AI right now, and they're using it from everything to health, relationships, building business, running numbers and data and all these different things, but also they're consulting AI for spiritual advice, spiritual consulting, and deep dives into their charts and horoscope and what their purpose is and who they really are and what is the nature of reality. So a whole array of things that AI is going to be really good at expressing what is already known to humanity, and at least what is documented on the internet and potentially other sources that feed into the internet, right? It's going to gather information that is known already to humans. And so you could say that it could actually be a very effective consultant. But let's ask really quick, where did these teachings come from? And what really is spirituality? Throughout human history, we have used technologies and tools and grown in our intelligence to create new machines, new mechanisms, new systems, all types of different technologies to advance society, advance human species. Now the question really comes down to, this is the core question: what are we advancing to or towards? What is it we're actually trying to achieve? If we really look at what, all of human history has done, most of what we have done in regards to advancements in society has been either to create ability to survive and then to fulfill some desire that we have that we don't even know why. We just have this intrinsic desire, whether that be somebody who feels the need to conquer over others, or somebody who just needs to escape into the woods and find what that is that they're looking for. Maybe it be someone who achieved a lot of wealth and riches, and maybe it was someone who just wanted to have a family and raise kids and find their true love and all of those things, right? Happily ever after type thing, right? What is it we're really after? That's the question that we want to ask ourselves, because if we start to get clear about what is actually deficit in our experience, what are we lacking in our experience that's causing us to reach for it, even if we don't know what it is, to fulfill some need that we, again, don't even fully know what that need is. And so we start using our tools to try to fulfill those needs without ever really even getting clear about what that need is. Now, we could say that there's been an endless, immemorial succession of spiritual teachers throughout history, many from whom came the greatest, biggest religions. Now, I'm not saying that they taught for the sake of creating a religion, but religions were created from their teachings later on as they passed away, and someone else took their teachings and created what we know today as the world religions. And so we start to use everything that is a tool to try to fulfill what the actual thing really is that we're after. What is that thing? And it's very easily said. We could say, oh, well, it's love. It's our love for the divine, our love for ourselves, to know who we really are, to know our connection to all things, and to know where we fit in that grand scheme as well, our purpose, right? And so we start using tools, the very tools, robots even, that we created as hopefully being something that assisted us. But then we start to look to that thing, that very thing we created itself, as the answer to fulfill what we're after. Now, I know this can be kind of like a mind twist for a while, but I want to share with you a concept that might reveal how this might be actually the ultimate trick. Now, why would an infinite being, whether you call that God, higher power, source, or it's your own expanded self, which me personally, I would say all of those are accurate in my understanding and experience. If I were to say I am an infinite being, you are an infinite being, and we wanted to experience individual vantage points, while also simultaneously we're still in the infinite perception of reality, and we're experiencing pure bliss in that reality. But we could simultaneously, because we're infinite, project ourselves into infinity of projections and experience an infinity of limitations simultaneously to the experience of unlimitedness, right? And so, and that mind twist, we start to recognize that potential is that we are a individual projection of the infinite who, by very nature of being limited or separate, we would have to create certain rules in reality, laws in reality, laws in the game of life that would keep us from reawakening, realizing the infinite power that we are. And what better way than to, well, first, hide it in our negative or unresourceful or uncomfortable emotions and experiences, so that we would run from those things, avoid those things, freeze, fight those things at all costs. And then we would go and create another layer of the trick, and we would create solutions, okay? We would build better tools. We would create more technology, advance society, build cities to try to fix these problems. This feeling of divide and these feelings of conflict that we have, not just with each other, but with ourselves. And that conflict with ourselves being the source of the conflict with others. But instead, we blame it on everything else, everyone else, and we try to create what we would call systems. Systems are not bad. Ultimately, we create those things and we think that that's the answer. And we forget what the spiritual teaching actually was, and it's really simple. It's so simple that we would have had to create some elaborate schemes and very intricate, detailed, complex ideas and concepts to trick us and distract us from realizing the simplicity of the truth of where we're actually going to find this infinity of experience, which we could equate to love, infinite bliss, infinite joy. We could arguably say that's the only thing that anyone is ever after, is that infinite love, oneness, connection, wholeness, in a love so far beyond that even if we taste a glimpse of it, we can never get enough, or we always try to seek it everywhere, try to find it everywhere. And if we were an infinite being, we would have had to create an elaborate scheme to keep us from finding all of it, or otherwise we wouldn't be able to experience the limitation, the individual perception. AI is a powerful tool that can be used to feed people, save the rainforest, share an abundance of every resource needed for every human to be well and thriving on the planet. And even then, we would still find reason to never be fully satisfied, because we're not looking in the simple place, the only place that true divinity, true divine experience can be found. And we even use spiritual practices, moving from one modality to another. Well, maybe it's this modality, maybe this one, maybe it's all these different teachings, maybe it's this, and that's okay. That's okay. We have to satisfy the intellect, satisfy our need for, our thirst for knowledge, all of those things, in the Vedanta traditions, you have to satisfy gyan, knowledge, divine knowledge. And you move into different phases of the yogas and different practices, but ultimately we always end up with this one central pillar. And that is that all of it is found within you. And to the extent that you're willing to sit through the fire of your uncomfortability and your tendencies to run out into the world and do everything and fix everything and save everyone and share the divine knowledge that you have with everyone so everyone else knows. These are not bad, but these can only be at their most effective use when they are in their rightful place, and that is that they are actually just byproducts, beautiful byproducts of the divine experience that you can only just be in presence within yourself to know. It's always going to come down to, let's go just sit down. My mind's running rampant. I'm going to go sit down. My little meditation seat right here. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to do my meditation. And I'm going to commit my time to doing that work. Not because I'm trying to go anywhere or get anywhere. Just simply because I'm realizing deeper and deeper presence. And this is where we start talking about, like I spoke in the last video, immanence and transcendence are simultaneous, synonymous things, states of being. When we're deeply immanent, we are transcendent. And we are transcendent because we are deeply immanent. We're deeply present. All of the gurus say that it's a realization. First self-realization, then God realization. Through the self, through the body, presence with the body, then we begin to realize Atman, Brahman are one. We are the divine. It's found within you. And it's the simplest of methods. And yes, there's different modalities, techniques that all masters, all teachers, all spiritual, even just modern spiritual teachers who are not considered gurus or anything, they have powerful modalities that you can use, breath work and different modes of meditation and wellness and contemplation, things like this that can activate powerful experiences. But unless you learn on a daily basis, every micro moment, to remember presence right here, right now, whatever is right here. The gurus say that the master treats all things as a gift from the Lord, right? The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, all of it is a deep divine blessing from the Lord. They're fully present with everything. And in that presence is the eternal. Yes, they traverse many vast regions of consciousness in that presence, but it's not anywhere outside or up there or it's right within them. And so the key is recognizing it's all within you. And the more that you can face that little voice that says, no, I want to go get coffee. No, I want to go do this. No, I want to go do that. No, I got to fix this. I got to start my business. I got to do this. This beautiful thing that David Bayer just said on a group call, I think it was a couple days ago. It was just amazing. It's something that I've thought for so long and experienced for so long, but he said it so eloquently. He said, surrender is not something that you do. It's something that happens naturally through being present. That surrender is where you surrender everything, your whole life, your whole being, your whole ego, all of it to that divine power that is the truth of who you are. And it's all things that exists. And it's perfect love. Now, don't take my word for it. We want to all experience it for ourselves. AI can be a great tool. All of these things are great tools. But let them be in their rightful place. Let us not think that we are less than what we really are. We are, we could say, the temple of the living God, the vessel for the divine, for the source to channel right through when we just kind of slowly, naturally allow ourselves to move out of the way. And when I say ourselves, I mean this kind of idea or identity we've made up based on all our trauma and everything that's happened. It's not really who we are. Your real self is divine. Blessings, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to book a free call just for discovery, clarity, empowerment, it's free for you. Book that below. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'm super grateful for you joining in on this brand new channel. And what I'm sharing here, I hope it's serving you. Let me know how it's helped, or maybe something that I could do better and what you would want to hear me speak about. A lot of my background is really very non-traditional. It's very eclectic in so many different ways. I got to learn so many different modalities and techniques, and so I'm speaking a lot from experience here of like how it's futile to really try to do a million different things all at once to try to reach some kind of. It's when we allow and we let go and we commit to really the calling in our heart. And we listen to that, that we begin to have all of the right things fall in alignment for us, and we start to trust even beyond what's logically sound. Many times it seems like so illogical to trust some way we want to go about something. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, it's all worth it. Trust your inner voice, the truth of who you are. It's always guiding you to your own great divinity that lives within you. So awaken your truth, my friend. Blessings and love. We'll see you on the next one.